Maya.
Okay.
Maya.
I heard of Maya? I don't think so. I think Kate's out here.
Kate?
Have I heard of Maya?
Yeah, Maya.
No.
So you know Pixar movies, like early, like Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3.
Yes.
Like all of those were made with Maya. So Maya is a program that's used for authoring meshes, for creating this vertex data.
Okay.
Right? And so there are all these tools for creating those assets. So those meshes might include things like individual characters, right? Individual pieces of clothing, and how they like fit on the characters. So it's like the hull of the clothing, for example. Right? It might be these different objects, the props, the weapons. These are all meshes that would be authored in something like Maya.
Okay.
If you were making your own game, so like what they did with God of War, if you were making your own game from scratch, so you built your own engine, your goal now has to be to produce that rendering, right? So there's different software that you can employ to represent those data in three-dimensional space. And this is honestly something I don't understand super well. So there's different, like there's OpenGL. You've heard of OpenGL?
Yes, I have, yeah.
And so these are all programs that handle the mesh data at this level. Like they're responsible for part of the rendering pipeline that I don't understand at the level where that is. I need to learn that.
Dude, that would be fun. Dude, it's so cool, man. Oh, man.
But I haven't learned it. It's not like relevant to anything I do, so I never...
Yeah, but dude, do they have a lot of material? Like, free material that you can use from the company to learn that stuff if you want to?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's so fucking cool, man.
Yeah. I have access to all of the DLI courses. We sell presentations and courses to people to learn how to use this software, right?
Right. That's awesome. I forget if I went this way last time. I honestly forget which way this is. Let's find out. I wish there was a performance mode for this game. Playing it at 30 FPS hurts.
Yeah.
Whoa. I didn't know I could do that.
What?
Left button. There's a move for this too.
A cleave attack.
That's fucking awesome. I love this weapon. This weapon is super good.
It's got reach, it's got range. Like, it moves really well.
I love this too.
Oh, it just knocks away shields.
Just knocks away the shield.
Yeah, those are a problem if you have the cane. You have to use your gun.
That's so good. I really like the way this weapon operates so far. It's great. Okay, it just brought me to right here. Interesting. I hadn't gone that way before. Cool.
So let's talk about like how the hitting like mechanics might work, like how when you press a button you swing.
Yeah.
So you have these meshes. You can compose them into sequences over time called an animation.
Right. Okay.
But there's all sorts of, what I didn't know, what really blew my mind, is that there's all sorts of techniques for layering animations together.
Yeah.
And for interpolating between animations, right?
What?
Yes. So you can like there are like closed form techniques for I don't know how to say it, but like analytical techniques for doing that process.
That's cool.
It is very cool. But what this means is that the hitting like aspect of this, when you're moving around, you have one set of animations for like running. You have one set of animations for swinging your weapon through this various combo.
Yeah.
Right? You have animations for jumping, for crouching, for rolling, for getting hit. Right?
Right.
And in order to animate these coherently, you have to define like how do these animations link together? Like if you want to interpolate between running and jumping, right? You have a link between, say, the running animation and the jumping animation.
Right.
And if you wanted to interpolate between running and hitting, you might have a link between the running animation and the hitting animation. But you might not have a link between, like, swinging your weapon in the air. So you might not have a link there. And that defines this whole like process of building this like tree of states that the character can be in at any given time. So when they're animating, they're in one of these nodes that are connected by links, right? This process of moving from node to node with well-defined rules for how that transition occurs is called the state machine.
Okay.
Right?
That's fucking crazy.
So there's a whole bunch of tools for authoring these state machines. If you ever wanted to, you could play with Isaac Sim or Omniverse Composer, or even if you played with Unreal 4 or Unreal 5, you had like access to I'm not going to sell anything with this, I'm just playing with it, which you can easily do for free. You know,
that's cool.
So if you wanted to play with these tools, these engines, which are used for composing the meshes together into a game through some coherent logic that you define, you'll find methods for defining state machines that control things like animation and like, oh, you're buffed or you're poisoned, right? You're poisoned or you're bleeding or you're confused or your fury's building, right? They're all states that you can be in, and someone has to define all of the mathematics and logic
for all of that. Yeah.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome. Wow.
And I wouldn't know where to even begin unless I had like a specific goal. Don't die. That's my advice. I hope it's good.
I thought it might have been, but I guess not. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I forgot how to not die in this game. Ah! Jump! Dodge!
Good use of gun.
Thank you. Oh man, I keep messing up because I keep trying to... I'm so used to God of War, where you can sprint by pressing this down. Mm-hmm. So I keep trying to sprint by pressing that, like just sort of reflexively.
I think you sprint by holding the.
Yeah, you got to hold dodge to sprint. I need to remember that because I keep fucking forgetting it, and that's why Dude, for some reason, I can, like, change the default path in my brain to panic mode press a button. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It just takes a bit of conditioning, and I can do it. And every time I switch games or genres, it takes me a little while to get back into it.
I have a hard time with that. Sekiro was so fucking hard for me.
Dude, it was so hard.
Oh my god. Did you finish it? Did you beat the last boss?
God, no. I didn't even get past the first boss.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't get very far in that game.
I got all the way to the last boss because I hated myself. And and then I decided not to finish the game.
Was the last boss hard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking wrecked me every time.
I heard that. I've seen videos of people playing that giant gorilla.
Oh my god, that fucking gorilla.
That fucking gorilla. That thing looks awful.
I had like 3 solid days
of just fighting
where I would
thing?
play the game for like 1 or 2 hours, and all I would do
is fight that.
Get my ass kicked by that fucking gorilla.
That has to be my biggest hurdle with these games. Is like with Bloodborne, I'm gonna have to fight this game. I'm gonna have to fight all the bosses by myself, unless they have those. Unless they have, those.
You're gonna have to get good.
Yep.
It feels really good when you succeed.
Oh, fuck yeah! That would be the best thing they've done with this game. That most enemies that you overcome. If you want, even if whatever it is, if you're really struggling with them, when you finally overcome them, it feels good. Because for the most part, the game feels fair. Like whether you like or dislike the way you move, sometimes it's fair. I maintain that sometimes it's very much not fair. I want to fucking fight this dude. Fuck it. Hey.
Oh my god, that was good.
That was smart. You must be weak to fire or something. That was not as hard as I remember.
Chopped in the face, apparently.
Yeah, clearly. Oh, thank you for all those. I'll take those.
Delicious, delicious Molotov cocktails.
I love torches.
There's always time for I keep forgetting you don't like drag queens. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Damn it!
There's a drag queen named Tasha Davis, and she has a catchphrase, which is "There's always time for a cocktail."
Nice. Did I pick up it? Wait a second. What did I just pick up that I could use? Not that. Nothing. Oh, a torch. That's right. I put a torch in this hand. Assuming that lets me still roll fast. Okay, cool. Yeah, say what you will about these games. Like Sekiro was fun but hard.
Yeah,
it was very fun, and I
felt
do
like
want
such
to go.
A badass.
Oh my god! Yeah, oh fuck yeah!
Like,
when you get it well,
really captures the samurai motif of the instant or terminal striking, and
it was very good.
Yeah, they really did the feeling of the game very well. I agree.
It's kind of been crazy to me that they've been making games that are very, very similar mechanics, and they've just been doing that over and over again, and people still buy them.
Well, what they're doing, I think
it's really good. Don't get me wrong.
So there's the individual game, which is Bloodborne versus Dark Souls.
Hey, I don't like that.
There are other games. Remember, there are other games from Soft that are nothing like this, like Armored Core. Is it from?
Yeah, I guess way back in the day they made Armored Core, right?
Yeah. But they made a bunch of different games that you just would not expect from Soft.
I believe it.
Yeah, but you're right. The majority of what they do is this style, metagame, the broader, attacking and killing enemies to gather experience that you need to spend in order to level up.
Yep.
But if you die, you lose it all and you have to fetch it. And the difficulty is brutal, so you have to be skillful, and it's got very precise like hitboxes and responsive controls, and it's a very skill-oriented experience, right? It's an unforgiving skill-oriented experience. I couldn't the reputation that they've cultivated.
Yep. My brother won't even play these games. He thinks they're too hard, yeah. He hates games where you have to God damn it. This fucking dog.
I mean, people play games for different reasons.
Yeah, they're allowed to play games for whatever they want. But he's played all the Assassin's Creed games, all that stuff.
So I think there is an argument to be made for accessibility, right?
Yeah.
So for example, I would love for my sister to experience Bloodborne. I don't think she'd enjoy the gameplay as it exists right now because it's extremely difficult, right?
It's fucking brutal.
And unfortunately, FromSoft doesn't really provide any kind of accessibility option.
There's no easy mode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the people who might be playing games to avoid having a stressful experience because their day is very stressful, for example, right?
Yep.
Like, wouldn't be into something like that.
Yeah, some days I don't want to play it because it's too fucking stressful.
Right? Like, some days you want to relax and you don't want to bang your head against a boss.
Yeah, exactly.
For an hour to make progress in a game, right? You know.
Holy shit! I totally didn't even see that guy.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, wow.
That giant monster that's hanging here burning or on a cross or whatever. What the fuck?
Do you want spoilers about storyline and anything?
Dude, I don't know anything about this story, but
do you want to know what's going on?
I would love to know what's going on.
All right.
I know that I'm a hunter, and I have like a disease, or I'm cursed, or I have a blood infection or something.
So what happened is you were sick, and you heard about the healing city of Yarnum, which was this place where apparently they found some magical or some potent chemical substance called the blood, right? That has incredible healing capabilities and whatever. And you're sick, and so you come here seeking healing. You agree to receive a transfusion of blood, and it turns out that instead of doing you become a hunter, right? You get your ethereal dream place, right?
Right.
And you're like,
fuck!
Brutal.
I think when I should have zagged.
Died.
These dogs are no joke, man.
Anyway, so this blood stuff is from it's this. If I recall correctly, it's a substance from this eldritch horror that was discovered deep underneath the city. So they found some like archaeological dig that opened up into a huge like subterranean labyrinthian expanse that eventually led to the discovery of this blood stuff.
Okay.
And while it has all these incredible properties, it also turns out to be spreading this like bestial disease for people who have taken it, succumb to blood and turn into these beasts that are feral, right?
Yeah.
And it happens in different stages and at different levels. There's a whole group of the town who are these half-beastmen who are chasing down these people who have gone full beastmen, gone full werewolf, and killing them. Sorry, you see those big hairy wolf guys that you encounter once in a while. Those are like people who have gone full like
feral.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what you're just trying to like.
Get all the blood. So you get pulled into this ethereal. So what happens as you progress the game, you do get some storyline stuff, but you find out that the dream is it's like a manifestation of one of the characters that's trying to serve this elder god that's pulling the strings, right? So like all FromSoft games, you eventually find where the hunter's dream actually is in reality.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So this is like an alternate, like a bad dream I've been pulled into?
So this, right now you're in reality, right?
This is like real life.
Yeah.
Oh god.
When you use one of the lanterns to return to the hunter's dream, like set your blood echoes and level up.
Yeah.
You're entering into this like alternative dimension that is governed by this but you don't realize this yet. But it's governed by this eldritch, who is the final boss of the game, right? And there are all sorts of different endings where, like, depending on how the game ends, you become like there's a hunter who's in the dream, and he's like in this wheelchair, and he's like the best of all hunters or whatever, and he sustains the dream, and you become him. Is one ending, but there are also these like items, these like tadpoles, or what are they called? Some kind of like, they look like little slugs or leechy things.
Okay.
But they're like from the moon or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Of
and
course.
if you use them all, then when you fight the last boss, you get an alternative ending in which you then become a god in the form of a new eldritch. But you're just born. You're brand new, so you're a slug.
Love it. That felt good. That's pretty interesting. Are they a little better at telling the story in this game?
A little.
Than the others? Because that's kind of one of my big complaints about FromSoft, is that I don't think that
they're not interested in telling the story. The purpose of the game is the
atmosphere,
gameplay, right? I think what's going on is FromSoft doesn't know how to animate characters.
Yeah.
In like non-combat situations.
Yeah. Or they just don't care to invest in that.
Or it might take a lot more time to animate faces, for example.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Or to do animations where there are like subtle expressions in body language or close-ups, or like capturing a specific cinematic feel for a story is very difficult.
Right.
So if you want to tell a story, but you're capable of doing like combat animations and stuff that's good, you know, how do you do it? You build the game and you let the players discover the story as they go.
Yep.
Right. And this game has some like cutscenes that are pretty interesting and some characters. It's my thing is I love the aesthetic. I love the gothic atmosphere. I love exploring Arnhem. Like I would love to do a whole game just in a city like Arnhem.
I get it. Like I said, there are aspects of this game, of the stories are the things I understand.
The stories honestly aren't very good. They're all kind of surreal and weird, and the lore is super interesting to explore, and I love listening to YouTube videos about it. There's a guy, Vati Vidya.
Yeah.
He does.
He just tells stories.
So good. I can
he's so
him
good.
Talk he's awesome.
He's great.
And I love listening to him talk about like the Sekiro lore and Bloodborne lore and Comparative Pro. I love all those.
They are pretty good.
And so I like experiencing the lore of the game that, right?
I get that.
And that helps me, that meta documentation about the game helps me appreciate it more.
I get it. Fuck. Come on, give me some goddamn blood vials, people. Fuck me. I understand. It's just, you know, I love games like God of War, right? Where like there's good gameplay and there's a crazy story with like a super interesting character. But I'll bet you From Software Studio does not need to be nearly as big because they don't do that. Or maybe everyone just focuses on items and I mean, imagine the team of people it must take to make the different animations for every single weapon. How they're literally all different.
So what they,
you know what I mean? And they gotta calibrate like the timing of the swings, and it's gotta be fucking tough.
That means that all the animations have to be parameterized.
Exactly.
There has to be like a number that you can plug into the animation that changes how it is.
Right.
Which is not. I don't know how to do that.
Me neither. But I'm saying that's probably where where they invest the human time instead of into animating a face, right? I assume that to animate Kratos' face, it probably takes a very long time.
I think nowadays, modern techniques, if you wanted to have like common like facial close-ups and stuff, nowadays I think they would use mocap.
Oh yeah, that's what they did for. That's what they did for God of War.
Yeah.
Kratos, Christopher Judge. He literally did. They mocapped him for that, right? But I mean, even that's amazing. Like to think of how you translate human action. Like that's insane.
So what's going on with mocap, right? What's going on is you have different cameras positioned at known points around the face of the individual. So sometimes there's like a rig that they wear that holds the cameras pointed at them in certain ways.
Yep.
Oftentimes the faces are also marked, so they might have specific dots.
Like painter dots.
Yes.
Yep.
So then you record them doing the performance. So what you get out is videos. Right? Yep. Videos of the performance from these different cameras. Now, your goal, right, is to take these videos and convert them into a 3D mesh, right?
Yep.
Where, when looked at from the perspectives of the cameras, would match what's done in the mocap, right?
Right.
That whole process has been really, really boosted by artificial intelligence.
Has it?
Absolutely, it has. Yes.
Yeah,
no question.
I believe it. Fucking artificial intelligence, man. What? Oh, that's good to know.
So here's like the zeroth level.
Holy shit!
Oh my!
Holy shit! This might be my doom. Holy shit! I don't like this. I don't like this.
Don't forget gun.
I know. I'm trying. That's not what I meant to do. Fuck.
Okay. Dog's done. Alright. You got this.
No! God.
You fucking got this.
I know, but I just wasted a Molotov. Where are you going, you gigantic fucker? I didn't mean to say that. You're nice. You're a nice man. Or so I hear.
He's on fire.
Thank you.
Oh, you got two. That's good.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, so usually you have some kind of model that its goal is to consume this video and produce a set of coordinates over time that correspond to the desired coordinates of specific markers in some basement. Right? And then you interpolate between these markers and get the fit mesh for the face. So you have some trained model that is has learned some bias face, some neutral default face mesh.
Yeah.
You then deform into the mesh that's been captured. Right. And there are tons and tons and tons of ways of doing this.
Oh, I believe it.
Papers. One of my favorite verbs that has arrived out of the whole visual processing of human data is boning.
Is what?
Boning.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So you record.
Hold on one second. Hello?
Hey, are you ready to launch?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Give me 1 second. Let me just pause something and I'll be right in.
Okay, sounds good. See you here.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Alright, I want to kill this fucking thing real quick. Actually, this might be a terrible idea. Probably just go level up before I do that. Okay, sorry, what were you saying?
I would just get to the dream. Yeah, get to the lantern. I was saying, oh yeah, boning. So, yeah. So another common mocap problem, right, is you see a video.
Actually animating human sex?
No.
Oh, not
But
that kind of boning.
I know, I am kind of boning too. But no, you record a video of a person doing a thing.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And you want your humanoid mesh to do that thing.
Yeah.
So, or runs and jumps up in the air. You want your 3D mesh of a person to run and jump up in the air in the exact same way from the video capture. How do you do that? Those are models that capture that video and then produce a set of coordinates that correspond to points in a structured, rigid set of relationships, like between these